Goroka, I got 5 roadblock. Thanks been local been shooting 3 policemen, one the Poroma, one the Benana, one the Keframo. Poroma and Pai, but Bena want.
Today, we dive into a developing crisis gripping the Highlands, a story of tragedy, justice, and a nation on edge. 2 police officers, First Constables Gorona and Biape, were murdered in cold blood, and now the aftermath has spiraled into complete chaos. Roads are blocked, a PMV bus has been burned to ashes, and tensions are rising. What really happened? Who is responsible? And where do we go from here? Stay with us as we break it all down. Right now, in the heart of Papua New Guinea's eastern highlands, the town of Goroka is in turmoil. The Highlands Highway, a vital lifeline connecting provinces, is completely blocked by grieving families and supporters of 2 slain police officers. This blockade isn't just a protest. It's a symbol of deep frustration and anger over yet another case of brutal violence against security forces. But this unrest has taken an even darker turn. This morning at around 8 a.m., a PMV bus owned by a Western Highlander was burned to ashes. The destruction of the bus, worth approximately 300,000 kina, has left the people of Hagen furious. The crime happened in Mendi, but a bus from an entirely different province was set on fire in Goroka. Why? Innocent people are getting caught in the crossfire, and the situation is spiraling out of control. To understand this chaos, we have to go back to the tragic incident that started it all. In January 2025, First Constables Gorona and Biape, both members of the Special Services Division Mobile Squad 11, were on duty near Paia in Upper Mendi, Southern Highlands Province. What they encountered was pure horror. They were ambushed at an illegal roadblock. Constable Biape, who was driving, was shot and killed on the spot. His colleague, Garona, along with 2 other officers, were brutally attacked with knives. Despite being rushed to Port Moresby for medical treatment, Garona succumbed to his injuries 3 weeks later. These officers were not just victims, they were targets. Their deaths add to a growing list of security personnel who have been ambushed and killed in Papua New Guinea's Highlands, a region plagued by lawlessness and escalating violence. In a major development, 3 suspects responsible for the have surrendered to police. Thanks to the cooperation of local communities, they were handed over in the presence of Provincial Police Commander Superintendent Epenez Nili. Mendi Munihu MP Raphael Tonpi has strongly condemned the and praised the community for stepping up. In his words, "There is no room for criminals to escape justice. Compensation is not an excuse to evade the law. Those who break the law must face the consequences." While the arrests bring some sense of closure, they have not stopped the chaos unfolding in Goroka. Even though the suspects have been caught, violence continues to spread. In Goroka, major roadblocks have been set up at 6 Mile and 7 Mile, severely affecting innocent travelers. The burning of the PMV bus has only made things worse. Now Western Highlanders are demanding answers and compensation. Some are calling on the Governor of Eastern Highlands to step in and replace the burned PMV bus. This situation is no longer just about 2 officers. It's become a province-wide crisis. Authorities must act fast before things escalate into complete madness. The brutal of Constables Gorona and Biape is not an isolated case. Over the years, many police officers, PNGDF soldiers, and security personnel have been ambushed and murdered in the Highlands. The lack of respect for the rule of law in some areas has made enforcing peace an almost impossible task. This is why many are now calling for the return of the death penalty for such crimes. For years, Papua New Guinea had capital punishment, but in January 2022, it was abolished and replaced with life imprisonment without parole. However, many argue that the law needs to change again. They believe a death sentence for murders and related crime would send a strong message that Papua New Guinea will not tolerate these kinds of crime. If there were harsh penalties, would criminals think twice before committing such acts? Papua New Guinea is at a crossroads. Will the government step in and restore order? Will those responsible for these heinous crimes face the full force of the law? And how will the Highlands communities respond to these growing tensions? One thing is clear: the violence, the roadblocks, and the destruction cannot continue. Authorities must act now to prevent further chaos and loss of innocent lives. The deaths of First Constables Garona and Biape must not be in vain. This tragedy should serve as a wake-up call, a call for stronger laws, tougher penalties, and better protection for security forces.
Kareng's been local been shooting three policemen, one Poroma, one Benana, one Keframo. Na Kareng's Poroma and Paia, but Benana